We're back with another legislative update, and week 3 brought new revenue numbers, more movement on property taxes, and several bills advancing that could have a real impact on Florida taxpayers. I'm Florida's 17th Lieutenant Governor Jeff Kottkamp, President and CEO of Florida TaxWatch, an independent, non-partisan, nonprofit taxpayer research institute and Florida's leading government watchdog. Here's a look at the key developments from week 3 of the legislative session. The legislature entered week 3 with updated revenue numbers. A new general revenue forecast showed an additional $572.5 million available for the upcoming budget, driven by higher than expected sales tax collections, offsetting the decline in corporate income tax revenues. While that's good news, it represents just 1% of total general revenue and is not enough to avoid projected future shortfalls without recurring budget reductions. Property taxes were also back in focus this week. The House Senate proposed constitutional amendment to the floor. It would change the Save Our Homes assessment cap from 3% annually to 3% every 3 years. It would also adjust the annual 10% non-homestead assessment cap to 15% every 3 years. Florida TaxWatch's recent property tax report notes this is the only House proposal that will provide relief to non-homestead property and reduce the current tax burden shift away from homesteads. Several bills supported by Florida TaxWatch research advanced this week. Senate Bill 1512 relating to Space Florida passed its first committee. The bill creates a sales tax exemption for property leased by Space Florida and provides greater procurement flexibility. This week, Florida TaxWatch released a report highlighting how, under Space Florida's leadership, Florida's Space Coast is well positioned to dominate the future of the aerospace industry and how this legislation can help support that growth. Other legislation being followed by Florida TaxWatch, which moves forward this week, includes legislation on advanced wastewater treatment to help prioritize water infrastructure funding, nature-based solutions to strengthening coastal resilience, and requiring more accurate disclosures of estimated property taxes for homebuyers. In addition, bills addressing wind-resistant home improvements, Alzheimer's disease awareness, accessory dwelling units, employer-supported homeownership tax credits, and the increased oversight of property insurance affiliates advanced in committee this week. For more information and continued updates on these bills and many others impacting Florida taxpayers, please visit floridataxwatch.org throughout the 2026 legislative session, and be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for another legislative recap.